who are you kind of looking at then? So Kyler's at like kind of QB3, QB4. Are there some guys, whether it's a quarterback or just a player in those middle rounds that you're like, I'm just taking this guy no matter what? Because I'm with you. I love the Kyler narrative. If I was gonna go on quarterback that early, I might, but I find myself targeting other players or even positions at that time. Is there anybody you're leaning towards?
Yeah. Oh, totally. Somebody I'm all in on is Daniel Jones, right? And so one of the things I like to do a lot, and I think on the Fantasy Pros ADP there, he's very reasonably priced right now, right?
Absolutely.
What is he, quarterback?
Like 13, 14?
Quarterback 15.
Even cheaper, yeah.
Right, even cheaper. So one of the things I'll often do is when I pick my guy, and like last year, it was Lamar Jackson, right? And so I will reach a round or two on that player, knowing it's quarterback, and I can come back and get what I call a steady Eddie. In this case, a guy maybe with some upside that I would grab is Matthew Stafford, who's climbed up to quarterback 13. And if you look at his first 8 games last year, you'll know why I'm interested. The supporting cast has not gotten worse. It's gotten better. I don't know if the defense has gotten better. That's a big factor in quarterbacks, is the need to throw the ball a lot, which they had there. So I like that pairing, but I think Daniel Jones is a guy who showed a lot. And I mean, we're all focused on Murray. We'll see maybe Jason Garrett will be a little run heavier attack there than we saw, but still the high end games we saw from Daniel Jones were super, right?
Oh yeah.
And the mobility shouldn't be overlooked as well. I mean, that's one of the things we like in our quarterbacks is that mobility. Daniel Jones has that as well. So I just think when you looked at some of the high end performances he had last year, the 20+ point games, he had a 25+ points 4 times last year. And when you're looking at the weekly average scores, that's something I like to look at with my quarterbacks. I want, guys up over 20. I think he's capable, not just him alone, but you look at the supporting cast with Saquon Barkley, Darius Slayton, an up-and-coming receiver, Sterling Shepard, a guy who they paid to be a wide receiver 1. Can he stay on the field and do that? I don't know. Same with Evan Ingram, but Golden Tate, a steady presence as well. So I just think there's a lot to like about Jones. I think given the price, it's really not a gamble, right? And so that's more the direction I'm taking and not spending that early draft capital. And I'm not opposed. Like, I've been drafting Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes in the second round of some drafts. Don't do it every draft. One of the luxuries of doing a ton of drafts is being able to experiment a little bit and getting shares of guys that maybe you wouldn't get if you were just drafting in a narrow band. But up to this point, I don't think I have any Kyler Murray because I'm waiting a little after. I'm seeing Dak Prescott go a little bit later. I would be fine with him if I still want to draft early. You look at last year's finish was really solid. They add weapons for him this year. Mike McCarthy comes in, a new fresh outlook on that offense, maybe similar offense. Similar language, so he doesn't have to learn a lot of new things. So those are the kind of things I'm looking at a little more. I just think Murray, as much as I like him, as much as I see the upside, as much as I see the cast around him, I see a lot of things everyone else sees. I just think the price is not right for me.
Absolutely. I see all those points completely as much as I do like Murray too. I mean, if I'm going to invest that high of a pick, which like you, I'd rather go late, the opportunity cost of passing up on a wide receiver. There's like, the Terry McLaurins or the, lots of impressive DK Metcalf sometimes even falling to that Kyler Murray range. I'd love to take that. And then, as you mentioned, Daniel Jones has the upside. He had more 25-point games than Kyler Murray, more 30-point games than anybody other than Lamar Jackson. So I get your points totally. Going in at quarterback that early, I might want something a little more proven like a Dak if I was going to go in that same price range. I love the CeeDee Lamb edition, so I totally see that. As well as maybe even Russell Wilson I see falling after Kyler, a guy who has all the upside in the world, has been the QB1 many times in his career. And what if they just open that offense? I'm with you. I'm a little bit lower on Kyler than I guess the industry in that sense. I totally see the narrative for him to blow up, but I'm going to probably take a wide receiver in that range anyways. And if I was going to go on a QB, I'm with you. I'd probably go for something a little more proven. So I like it. What is up, you fantasy wolf? Thanks so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, share your thoughts in the comments, check out some more videos, and join the newest Wolfpack by subscribing below.